We shall show them our signs on the far horizons and in themselves, until it becomes clear to them that this is the truth. Is it not enough that your Lord witnesses everything? Nobody talks so constantly about God as those who insist that there is no God. My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind. My experiences with science led me to God. They challenge science to prove the existence of God. But must we really light a candle to see the sun? I cannot imagine how the clockwork of the universe can exist without a clockmaker. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. Atheism turns out to be too simple. If the whole universe has no meaning, we should never have found out that it has no meaning. Atheists who keep asking for evidence of God's existence are like a fish in the ocean wanting evidence of water. Now it would be as absurd to deny the existence of God because we cannot see Him, as it would be to deny the existence of the air or wind because we cannot see it. He who denies the existence of God has some reason for wishing that God did not exist. It is not the objective proof of God's existence that we want, but the experience of God's presence. That is the miracle we are really after, and that is also, I think, the miracle that we really get. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. The worst moment for the atheist is when he is really thankful and has nobody to thank. A great many of those who debunk traditional values have in the background values of their own, which they believe to be immune from the debunking process. God exists whether or not men may choose to believe in Him. The reason why many people do not believe in God is not so much that it is intellectually impossible to believe in God, but because belief in God forces that thoughtful person to face the fact that he is accountable to such a God. What comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. When man suffers some affliction, he prays to his Lord and turns to Him, but once he has been granted a favor from God, he forgets the one he had been praying to and sets up rivals to God to make others stray from His path. Everything in the universe that has a beginning must have a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the beginning of the existence of the universe must have been caused by something. The only such cause must be an uncaused cause or God. God does not play dice with the universe. Atheists say no one can prove the existence of God, but I say no one can disprove that God exists. I see God in everything. I feel His presence everywhere. To me, I know that He exists. It is as impossible for man to demonstrate the existence of God as it would be for even Sherlock Holmes to demonstrate the existence of Arthur Conan Doyle. Once you accept the existence of God, however you define Him, however you explain your relationship to Him, then you are caught forever with His presence in the center of all things. I find it quite improbable that such order came out of chaos. There has to be some organizing principle. God to me is a mystery, but is the explanation for the miracle of existence, why there is something instead of nothing. All things proclaim the existence of God. The wing of a fly is proof enough of the existence of God for me. I have concluded the evident existence of God, and that my existence depends entirely on God in all the moments of my life, that I do not think that the human spirit may know anything with greater evidence and certitude. I find it as difficult to understand a scientist who does not acknowledge the presence of a superior rationality behind the existence of the universe as it is to comprehend a theologian who would deny the advances of science. I strongly believe in the existence of God, based on intuition, observations, logic, and also scientific knowledge. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Aim at heaven, and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth, and you get neither. Denying the existence of God cannot make Him go away any more than denying the existence of the Internal Revenue Service can make the taxman vanish. Many people who imagine a God of their own choosing will be horrified when they stand before the true God of heaven. Have they not thought about their own selves? God did not create the heavens and earth, and everything between them, without a serious purpose and an appointed time. Yet many people deny that they will meet their Lord. God exists whether or not men may choose to believe in Him. The reason why many people do not believe in God is not so much that it is intellectually impossible to believe in God, but because belief in God forces that thoughtful person to face the fact that he is accountable to such a God. What comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us.